Hey guys. Hi everyone. Happy Monday. Happy Columbus Day for those here in the US. So, Facebook is building my list. Give everybody a minute to get in. We're talking goals today, so I'm going to break down some pretty big goals for you. Let me just come over and make sure that Facebook is building my list for me, getting everybody on here. We're going to talk goals. We're going to break down 30-day goals. I'm going to show you how I do this, and then I'll take some questions. So I wasn't actually working today. I didn't have my radio show planned because it's a holiday, but I found a few minutes to jump on here with you guys, and I really want to share with you how I do my 30-day planning. But here's the key that I really want you to take away from this. I'm going to show you how I do my 30-day planning in a way that allows me to reach whatever my financial goal is every month. Whether it's $1,000 a month or $40,000 a month. I'm going to show you how my team and I break this down so that whatever my financial goal is each month, because it changes. Some months I'm laid back and I'm cool with 10 grand. Some months it's like I got to reach that 30, 40K a month. And so my planning changes each month based on my goals. But what I love about the way that I plan is that no matter what my monthly goal is, I reach it 95% of the time because of the way that I structure my planning. Now, obviously, I also have team in place, I have systems in place, I have automation in place, I have a lot of clarity, I work massively on my mindset. But for those of you that are just getting started and you're like, gosh, I'm struggling on what to focus on, I'm struggling on how to reach results and get results in my business, this broken down 30-day plan is going to show you exactly how you should be structuring your plan to actually reach goals. So you'll see as I do this, maybe a lot of the things you're focusing on are not actually what you should be focusing on. So let me just come back, make sure everybody can see me, everybody can hear me. Awesome. Hi everyone, just say hi in the comments. I'm going to go ahead and just dive in because Facebook always cuts me out. So here's what I want to say. I don't know if it's Facebook or my phone, but if we get disconnected, I'll pop back on, so come back and find me so you don't miss any pieces, okay? All right, so let's see. Here's the first thing that I do. The very first thing I do with my planning is I determine what my money goal is, okay? My money goals are my needs. So here's the thing. We're going to say needs as well, because here's what I plan out. I like to know 2 numbers each month. And that is my personal and my business expenses. So you'll want to, the reason you have to start with this is because you need to know how much money you need to make each month, and it needs to be specific, and you need to have a very clear why you need this much money, right? So last month, or the month before when I reached my 45K goal per month, that month, I had a specific place where, like, I didn't just come up with the number, oh, I want to make 45,000. I had specific needs. I had a place for every penny. So I had a very clear why. I knew exactly where every penny of that 45,000 was going, and it was a mix between my personal and my business. And so what you want to look at is you want to look at your personal expenses. So, let's just say like it's $2,000 a month, right? Like let's say your personal business bill or your personal bills or expenses are $2,000 a month. Let's say, I don't know, I'm using really odd numbers here, but let's just say your business expenses are $500 a month. And these are monthly, because I usually do not have my clients go any further than 30 days unless they're already if you're making 5K a month consistently, then we might look at 60 or 90 days. But starting out, focus on 30 days, because then you can break the 30 days down into weekly and daily, and it's so much easier to manage. So the first thing you want to do is you want to look at your personal and your business expenses, and then you also want to look at extras. Okay, so extras might be, let's just say $200. Let's say you want, I don't know, groceries. Maybe you want to pay down a debt. Maybe you want to invest in a VA. Maybe you want to delegate a sales page. I don't know. Whatever the extra thing is that you would like to do in the next 30 days. This is why you have to plan this out month by month. If you're just getting started, because it's your goals, your needs, and all of that is going to change every month. Like, the month that I needed $45,000, I was in the middle of doing a brand for my launch, my new program. So Freedom Focus Entrepreneur opened up last week. And when we opened up that group program, I was able to have all of the pieces in place because 2 months prior to that, I spent several $1,000s on implementation that I needed other people to do for me, right? So that's why I needed to make that amount so I could have a good launch. And Freedom Focused Entrepreneur is doing amazing. We launched in the second day, we almost had the program halfway filled. Okay, so I mean, we're doing really well there, but I had to delegate some things. So I had to create the income, the revenue. That was one of my extras. I had to create some extra revenue that month in order to fund those things. So you need to be clear about personal bills, business expenses, and anything extra that you want to see happen in the next 30 days. And this will always change. And that's why it's so important that you do this each month and you look at these numbers. Now, once you figure out these numbers, you want to look at your top 3 big goals, okay? So what are your top 3 goals? And, these vary for everyone. It could be that you want, in the next month, maybe you want 100 people on your list, okay? Maybe you want to see $1,000 come in. And maybe you want to land a speaking gig, okay? These are just examples. And you probably can't see all the specific writing, but maybe that's what your top 3 goals are, right? These are going to change every month as well. A lot of the times this is going to advance and be bigger numbers and bigger goals and bigger things, right? So you'll have to, this will change, this is going to change, and everything I show you going forward is just going to be bigger and bigger and bigger each month, like as you grow, as you advance, as you evolve. As you reach bigger goals, your goals just get bigger. And so these numbers get bigger, and then the actions you have to take and the strategies just get bigger, right? And that's when you need more people. So you've got your money number, your numbers, your money goals figured out. This is the most important piece, one of the most important. And then your top 3 goals. I do not recommend that you focus on more than 3 big goals in 30 days because it's too much. And you'll see as you begin to implement and take action to reach these goals, you'll see that 3 is more than enough. And some of my clients only focus on a couple. It depends on how big these goals are, because one thing that a lot of entrepreneurs do when they're doing their goals is they don't think about the work that has to be done to reach these goals. They're just looking at this. I want to see this come in. But they're not really thinking about, holy shit, there's a lot that I have to commit to and do. In order to reach this, I have to do a lot. So you might not even do 3 goals. It depends on how big are your goals. Please consider that when you're mapping this out, and base it off where you're at. Okay, don't try to go too far ahead. Think about where are you right now, because the most important thing is that the goals that you set out for yourself, that you can accomplish them, meaning that it's going to be feasible for you to actually do the work that it's going to take to reach these goals. 100 people on your list doesn't sound like a lot, but if you don't have a good online credibility or presence online and you're really brand new, it's going to be a little bit of work to get 100 people on your list. You've got to think about what is it going to take on effort-wise on my part to get 100 people on my list. And in some cases, it's easier to make $1,000 than it is to get 100 people on your list, right? It all depends. If you're looking to land a speaking gig and you're brand new, what is it going to take to do that? So really think about it and be very clear about your goals. And if you're just starting out, I would focus on the top 1 to 3 goals that are going to get you this the fastest. Okay? And then maybe you can do some of the more advanced goals later. But what's going to bring this in the fastest? So once you have your goals planned out, right, now you can look at your offers. And your offers are going to be your freebies. It's going to, so you would have your freebie, your lead magnet, okay? And you would have your paid. Okay, so you have your freebie and you have your paid. So you can promote these at the same time. It doesn't have to be one or the other. Once you know these two things, you can start to put together your offer. You can start to say, what is the freebie? What is the lead magnet that I want to create that's going to touch my people where they're at right now, right? It's going to give them enough value to get them results, but it's not quite enough where they don't still need my support. So what is that freebie that you could give people that's going to help them right where they're at right now get to the one next step ahead? And then from that one next step, what could you give them that's going to be the paid version of what they can get, what they can do to get to the next step, right? So it's one step at a time. Don't try to cram too much into these, right? Just, it's one step at a time. You need to think about how you feel when you get into a program, or, you know, if you invest in a program or a training and it's really in depth and you have you feel overwhelmed, you feel like it's too much, it's confusing, there's so much that needs to be done that you just can't wrap your head around it all, right? So one step at a time. You only need to bring your client one step at a time. A lot of people think, oh, they're not going to see the value in just one thing. They're not going to see. So here's the thing. If they're at A and you can take them to B, that's valuable. That's getting them to the next step. That's valuable. And they're going to be able to do it in a digestible manner, right? Versus trying to cram everything into one single offer. You want to give them a freebie, and then I usually recommend that you're paid, that you have two paid versions, programs or offers. So you have your, your entry level offer, and then you have your signature offer. So an entry level would probably be the next thing after a freebie. They would go in. It's a lower investment. It's just shorter span. It could just be a one-off session. And then your signature program would be the higher level commitment. Longer term, bigger investment, obviously more in depth. So again, you're bringing them one step at a time through this funnel. Okay, that's what I call my money funnel. And you're bringing them through a funnel. So you want to put that together once you figure out these two things. So this is one of the things with the Freedom Focused Entrepreneur Group Marketing Program that we just launched. And I'll put the link in the comments because early bird pricing is happening right now. It's like $167 a month for 3 months. So it's super, super affordable right now. But that's what I did in that program is I took all of the steps that need to be focused on. I removed everything that doesn't need to be focused on. And I created a 12-week program, 3 weeks of implementation. And I created a 12-week program where it was one step at a time. So each week we're focusing on one thing instead of cramming a whole bunch into, one week or 1 month or one module is just overwhelming. So I took it and I created 12 weeks of a broken down one step at a time based on where my clients are at and where they want to go, and it's digestible. So you want to think about how you can do that with your freebie and then lead it into your offers. Let me just come around, make sure we're still live, see if there's any questions coming through before I move on. Hi, Tina. How are you? Happy to have you here. Hi, Renee. Just say hi, guys, in the comments so I know who's here. Okay, so this is how I plan my 30 days. All the time. This is exactly how I do it. I map it all out one step at a time, and then I bring my clients through my funnel one step at a time. This isn't exactly how I reach. I'm going to show you exactly how I reach my money goal because this is all going to play out. You're going to see it all in a visual here of how this plays out. Now, once you have this, you can price. Now, a lot of people say, Anne, why would I create my offer before I price it? In order to reach this, I need to price it. So let's price a program. Well, that's not how you should be doing this. You want to price your program based on the value that you're providing here. So you can't necessarily price, I mean, you can price your program first, but a lot of the times when I see people doing that, they're just kind of winging it off the hip. Like, oh, I'll just, let's see, I'm putting in 5 hours, so I'll price it at this. Here's the thing, we don't do dollars for hours. It's not what I teach my clients. We don't base the prices of our programs based on how many hours we're putting in. It's a factor, right? It is something that we consider. But we base our price off the value, the result that our clients are walking away with. And we also price it based off what our goals are. So those are the 3 factors that come into play. But you really should not be trying to price your program until you figure out what the program is so you can look at what's involved. Because you could underprice. If you price first, you might put your program together and say, holy shit, I'm giving them a ton of value. I'm giving them so much of my, my knowledge, and I'm giving them so much value. They're going to get such big results. I'm underpricing. So you want to put your offer together, and then you can price. Maybe you'll say it's going to be $500 a month. I'm just using examples. Okay? Now, these are the first 4 steps of my planning, my 30-day planning. In this order. So it's really important that you're doing this in the order I'm showing you because it all makes sense in the end, okay? So let me use a different color so that things don't blend here. Okay, so then the next step, once you've mapped out all of this, now you want to look at the number of people, okay, or purchases, we could say purchases, that you need, okay? Now you're looking at, you've got your money goals, your offer, and your price. So now you need to look at how many people do I need to buy this to reach this goal here, right? So this goal, let's see, this is $2,700 is what we came up with here, just as an example, okay? So now you want to look at how many people do I need at $500 a month to bring in my $2,700 a month. And this is going to be really, really important because a lot of the times we're just throwing shit out there and we actually don't really even know how many people do we need to purchase. And then even if we do know, okay, I need this many people, we don't even know these things here and we're not clear on this. So we either don't make enough or we make enough just to get by, or we shortchange ourselves and there's other things that come up that we need, or we set ourselves up for failure by saying, I want to make $10,000 a month even though I'm making no money right now. And then we have no clear place for that $10,000 to go and we don't reach it. Then we start to self-sabotage. Okay, so, you're going to need, let's just say 5 people to be safe. Okay, you're going to need 5 people to purchase at $500 a month, let's just say. Okay. It's really like 4.5, whatever. But, okay, so once you figure out, now you know how, see, look how clear this is getting. Like, we're breaking it down so you know every piece. Like, a lot of entrepreneurs that come into my programs don't know how many people they need because they're not sure of this or this, and they have no clue, really, what this number actually is. They're either shortchanging themselves or they're setting themselves up for failure, usually. And they don't know what their real big goals are. They're just kind of like, oh, I need to make money. I need to make money. They're focused right here, and this usually is not even accurate. So we break this down. In the Freedom Focused Entrepreneur Group program, this is our first module. It's so fucking fun. This is what we're doing. We are literally, each and every woman that's in my program, we are breaking down your unique personalized offers, prices, goals. It's not a cookie cutter program where you're all going to create the same thing. I'm working with each of you to make sure you're in alignment, and all of these things are being broken down step by step. So this is the first module of the Freedom Focused Entrepreneur. Your vision, your planning, your goals, like this is what we're mapping out. Like we're talking money. We're going to make sure you reach your goals. And the way that I'm breaking this down is exactly how you'll reach them. I use the same process month after month and I reach every goal, and I use the same effort whether it's $1,000 or $40,000 a month. It takes the same effort for me because I just do the same thing. I do the same thing month after month. Okay, so you've got this, right? So now you know how many people you're going to need to bring in, and you need to know that. How many clients do I actually need to bring in? So here's a big, big, big step that almost nobody ever really considers. Well, I won't say that. Successful, profitable entrepreneurs never forget this, okay? This is one of the biggest pieces right here. And this is exactly, this step right here is how I make any amount of money I want to make every month, okay? 90 to 95% of the time. You need to take inventory, okay? So you need to be looking at the number of people on your list. Okay, this is something that most entrepreneurs never even consider. You need to look at your social media following. Assuming you're online, okay? Assuming that's who I work with, people, online entrepreneurs. So what is your social media following, right? How much money do you need to invest to reach your goals? So a lot of people are not looking at these things. If you're going to look at anything I'm teaching you, pay attention to this right here, because this is one of the most overlooked steps in planning. That I mean, it's almost like I can't even believe people are not looking at this. But here's the thing. In order for you to ever reach this number right here, whatever that magic monthly number is for you, in order for you to reach this consistently, month after month after month, as it grows, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, you absolutely need to be looking at this. And there's a reason why you need to look at this. 1% of the people on your list will buy from you. 1%. That 1% is going to buy from you after you've emailed them a minimum of 5 times. So picture this. You put all this together. You don't do this. You put all this stuff together and you just start blasting shit out there randomly. Okay? Let's just say you have 10 people on your list. Maybe you do. Let's just say you have 10 people on your list and you have no online following. You're just getting started. Okay? You don't even know who the 10 people are. Maybe they're family and friends. Who knows? You got 10 people on your list or whatever. You've put some of this stuff. You know that you need to make some money. You want to make this much. You're not sure how clear you are on this, but you want to make that much. You're going to price your offer at this. And so now you start blasting things out there. Well, my first question to you is, who are you promoting to? My second question is, how well do they know, like, and trust you? Because people are not just going to buy from you because you have a good offer. People are not just going to buy from you because they liked your Facebook page. People are not just going to buy with you because maybe they've had a conversation with you or because you're showing up on Facebook. That's not enough. So here's the piece that's overlooked, is your money is in your list. So that's scary because I know a lot of people in my industry do not really have a list. And so they're like, oh my God, how will I ever make any money if I don't have a list? Do a list build. Number one priority up here should be list building. If you do not have anybody on your list, then you need to list build. So that should be, out of your top 3 goals, you should be list building. Number one, that should be the biggest thing. I need to list build and get this many people on my list. So here's the thing. 1% of the people that you have on your list are going to buy from you after you've emailed them a minimum of 5 times. So it's going to look like if you don't set up your free offer and then put a funnel together, if you don't do that, then you're not nurturing them. So even if you have 500 people on your list, if it's stale, if that list is stagnant, if you are not engaging with that list every day, every week, every other day, it doesn't matter how many people you have on your list. You will not reach this goal. And if you do, it's going to be a lot of effort, take a long time, and it won't be consistent. Do not overlook the importance of that single step right there. This is so important. Now, we go really deep. In the Freedom Focused Entrepreneur, the very first week, we put all this together. We go really deep on this piece because we're going to break down how many people do you need on your list to reach this goal? What does your social media following look like? How can we increase both of those things? What are the exact specific action steps you have to take? And then you want to look at how much money do I need to invest? Here's the thing. You got to spend money to make money. So if you think that you can just do all of this without making any investments at all, you're going to struggle. You're going to work way harder than you need to. It's going to take you a lot longer. Think about, do I need to delegate anything out? Do I need a coach? Do I need a system? What systems do I need? Do they need to be upgraded? What do I need? Is there anything that I'm going to need support with or help with to reach this goal? What do I need to invest in, or who do I need to invest in? You want to know that and include it in this number. That's one of the things that I do. When I had my 45K month, I had to think about all of these things. I knew I needed to build my list bigger. To reach this big goal, I had to have more people on my list. So I knew number one was list building. The second thing was my social media following was good, but I wanted to build a new Facebook group specifically targeted for the Freedom Focused Entrepreneur Group program. So I had to build a new group. So that was my goal, build and engage in a brand new group, which I created, Marketing That Creates Freedom. Most of you are in that group. So I created that group specifically to nurture people looking for better marketing strategies. They want to work smarter, not harder. So that was my second goal. My third goal was, what do I need or who do I need to invest in? And then that was my other goal. Up here was I had to have a VA, I had to have a designer, I had to have tech people. I had to have people help me put my group program together so that I could reach the goals that I had for the month, okay? So I had to include in this number, my extras was the delegating, and I had to upgrade my systems and stuff like that. So all of that played a part in that 45K monthly goal. And then when that money came in, I was able to get those things. And now last week, we launched Freedom Focused Entrepreneur Group program, right? And I also created enough money to keep team on to help me so that I could create the space to support all of you that are in that program. I could be 100% available to you. I needed to have team and systems in place and automation to allow that. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to support you guys one-on-one in the program. Do you see how all this plays out? I had to think ahead. I had to think ahead a little bit. Okay, and I had to get really clear on each of these steps. So once you take the inventory, now you want to put together your action plan. Okay, now it's time to you don't do this first until you know these other things. You need to know all of this first. So now your action plan, this is going to be your marketing. I know it's messy, you probably can't see it, but you can hear me. So marketing, you want to talk about your strategies. This is your plan. This is the how. How. This is the part you guys obsess about. This is the part you guys make really difficult when it's not. This is the part that you focus all of this on. Don't worry about this until you've done all this first. Don't worry about how you're going to make the money you want to make. Don't worry about how you're going to get the people into the program or how you're going to get them to pay that price or how you're going to reach these goals. Don't worry about this step until you've planned this out. Once you plan this out, this falls together very easily because you know exactly what you need. You've got it mapped out completely. So marketing, strategies, you're going to be looking at your deliverables, your offers, free and paid. And also, doing Facebook videos, stuff like that. And then you want to look at your next thing, your schedule. Don't overlook this, because here's where entrepreneurs fall short. They want all this stuff, right? They want this, and they want this, right? They want to reach all of these, but they're not considering the effort and the what they're willing to put in. If you want to reach these goals, you're going to have to put some time in. You're going to have to put some hustle in. You're going to have to put some work and action in. So if you're not willing to do the work, if you're an excuse type of person, then you might want to make sure that you're not setting yourself up for failure. Be clear about what you're available to do. Now, I'm very clear. I will not work more than 30 hours a week during a launch. So when I create my goals, I have to make sure that I have people, systems, automation, and leverage on hand, ready to go. so that I do not have to put more than 30 hours a week into my launch, into my business. If I have to put more than that, something here has to change because I'll fall short. I won't do the work, and then I won't reach the results. So there's no right or wrong here. I'm not saying if you don't want to put in 30 hours that you're like a bad entrepreneur, or if you're only going to put in 5 hours, like, be reasonable with what you're willing to do when you create all of these steps before. Okay? This is where entrepreneurs fall short. Oh my God, I have to post 3 times a day on Facebook? Oh my God, I have to email my list twice a week? Oh my God, I have to do Facebook videos? I don't want to be live. I don't even want to be visible. You have to be realistic. If you're not willing to do the work, if you're not willing to be uncomfortable, put yourself out there, stretch yourself, then make sure that these goals align with whatever you are willing to do. This is a big, big fucking piece. Like, seriously, it is so overlooked, it's not funny. Set your dates. They should be in your calendar, or if you bought my master marketing spreadsheet, plug these dates into that spreadsheet. You need to have dates. Now, here's the thing with dates. People think, yeah, but stuff changes. I don't want specific, I don't want like I don't want to feel compacted like that. Dates can change and adjust accordingly, but when you set a date, you're kind of putting it out there like this is happening. If you're the type of person who changes your mind every other day, then you need to have dates. You need a strict schedule and dates, because otherwise you're going to make excuses every day and you're going to procrastinate and you're not going to do the work, right? So, and then support, you need to look at support, you need to look at delegation, you need to look at systems. You need to be looking at what you need and who you need in place to reach the goals. If you think you can do this by yourself, you're freaking crazy, because it's not going to happen. Doesn't work that way. I could never create the income or ever reach the results that I have made by myself. If it wasn't for the people I've connected with, if it wasn't for my mindset work, if it wasn't for my coach, if it wasn't for my team, if it wasn't for automation and systems and delegation, I would never reach my goals. So you need to be clear, what and who do I need in place to help support these goals? Be realistic, because you will need to spend some money to make some money. Okay, now once you do this, it's time to take action. Here's another spot that people fall short. They don't do the work. They spend years planning. It's so much fun to do a vision plan, right? But they never do the work. Theory and application. Sounds good, looks good on paper, but are you actually doing the work? I cannot tell you how many years I spent planning, creating vision boards, creating the plan, mapping it out, thinking about it, dreaming about it, talking about it, but I fell short on taking the action. That's theory and application. It looks and sounds good on paper, but if you are not taking the action, you're not going to get the results. So this is where you want to start implementing. This is where you take the steps to reach the goals. Okay? Let me make sure we're good. We're still on. Any questions? Patty says, I have my monthly goals broken down, my desire, want, and need. Awesome. Hi, Megan. Okay, if you guys have questions, I'm going to go on to the last layer here of this. I'm going to show you how I bring this all together. But let me know if you have questions. Say hello. Post your questions in the comments. Let me get a different color. Okay, so now we have this, okay? And now the next step of all of this, okay, is going to be the important stuff. So now you want to start looking at some other things here. Okay, so now we've mapped all of this out. Now you need to start looking at setting up, you need to set up your funnels. If you do all of this work and you don't do this, you're going to fail. None of this is don't even do it if you're not going to do this right here. You need to set up your funnels with a minimum of 5 emails. Here's the thing, I've got like 30 to 35 emails in my free funnels. So when someone opts in, they receive emails over almost a month and a half. Okay, they're receiving emails every day, every other day, consistently for about a month and a half. I tell you, a minimum of 5 emails, and then 1% of your list will buy. Please acknowledge that I said minimum. Minimum. See, this is the bare minimum. You cannot have anything less than 5 emails. If you have someone opt into your freebie and they get less than 5 emails over a course of like a week and a half or whatever, or a week, then it's not effective. It's not enough. 5's not even really enough. But here's the thing. If you're just getting started and you're mapping out your 30 days, no less than 5 emails need to be set up for your freebie funnel. If you don't know what that is, you don't know what that looks like, you need to get in touch with me. You need to join the Freedom Focus Entrepreneur Group program because we map this out. I actually give you my templates for my 5 emails. And then what you do is, over time, keep adding to it. So it grows and it grows. Like, I didn't sit down and do 35 emails right off the bat for my free offer. I started with 5. And then as I created some really good emails, I added them to that sequence because it fit. And they were really, really effective emails. So now it grew from 5 to 35, right? And doing that one step maximized these steps right here. I brought more people into my programs. I had them pay in this, and I made way more. This is how I reach my goals, because I maximize my list with minimal effort. This gets set up on automation, and people are buying while I'm sleeping. So again, you need to have your funnel set up with a minimum of 5 emails for each freebie offer that you have, nothing less, okay? If you're skipping this step, you don't even bother doing this other stuff because it's just not going to work. Okay, and now you need to look at your big goals, okay? So here's where you want to start looking at your big goals, right? Because this is where you need to stay focused. So you want to revisit, and trust me, at about this time you're in the funnel, you're going to want to revisit. Revisit these top 3 goals. Are they still your top 3 goals? Okay? Because if not, then you're going to need to adjust. Are these still your big goals? Okay? Is this still the magic number? Do you still need this many people or more or less? And are your prices still this? Are these still your offers? Because at this point, once you are launching and you're getting feedback and you're doing the work and you're taking the action, you're seeing results, maybe they're big, maybe they're small, maybe you're not seeing any, then this is the point where you need to make sure, am I staying focused? Am I doing the work? Is all of this in alignment? What do I need to tweak? Who do I need to come help me? Where are the gaps? And then you need to fill them. So you need to be looking at those big goals, which is here and here, right? And obviously get a number of people. You need to be looking at those things, staying laser focused. And here's what I recommend. This is huge. Do not change anything until you know what is not working. What I mean by that is, if you are in the middle of a launch and people are opting, let's say people are visiting your opt-in page to your free offer, but they're not actually opting in. So they're looking at your page, but they're not opting in. This is what that would tell me. Whatever deliverable that you are putting out there on social media that's driving them to your opt-in page is speaking to them because they're coming to your page. But when they land on that page, they're not taking action. What that tells me is that your sales page, your opt-in page, and the deliverable that you're putting out, the message, does not match. Okay? So somewhere there's a gap between the message that you're putting out and then what it says on your opt-in page. So a lot of people would say, I need to create a free offer because nobody's opting into this one. Well, I would like you to look at it a different way. What if in fact it's the message you're putting on social media and it's not the freebie offer? So how will you know that? You'll create another set of deliverable, another set of messages on social media and test them and see if those people come to this page and opt in. Okay? You need to test stuff before you change it. I have had clients change amazing programs because they thought people were not buying because of the program, when in fact, it had nothing to do with the program. It was the message on the sales page, or it was the message that brought them to the sales page that there was a gap. Now, in Freedom Focused Entrepreneur, in the very first week of our time together, this is what we're mapping out for you. Because you need to set yourself up for success. You need to make sure every single piece is in alignment. So when people come to your opt-in page, they enter their name in the email. And when they get into your sequence over here, when they get into this sequence right here, they're so fucking pumped and excited that they're going to pay this for your paid offer. Because you've already given them value, you've pumped them up. You're in total alignment. You're excited. They're excited. They buy. Okay? If you don't have these things in place like this, then you're just not going to have, it's going to be a really big struggle to reach goals. And again, you want to set this up and then tweak it so that you can have this all automated, running and running and running and running in the background, automated, so that you can take this and leverage it month after month, quarter after quarter, and you can increase this and this and this all the time consistently. I use the same process when I made my first $2,500 a month. I used the same thing when I made my $45K a month and a half ago. Same process. Okay? I just multiplied it with more automation, more delegation, more systems, and just improved it as I tweaked it over time. My message got better, my offer got better, my sales page, my deliverables got better. I had more people on board to help me. I had more systems and automation, and it basically took no more effort because I had this set up this way. This is how I reach my goals consistently, because that's the key. Anybody can make some money, but you want to do it month after month, quarter after quarter, year after year. Okay, now the next thing is you want to list build like a mofo. Okay, I can't say this enough. You're going to list build until your business is done. You're going to list build until you die, or you're going to list build until your business shuts down, or you sell it, or close it, or whatever. List building can never stop. Because remember, 1% of your list is going to buy after a minimum of 5 touches. So as this goes up and this goes up, you need more people. And in order to get more people, you need to have a minimum of the 1% here every single time. So the easy way to determine how will I reach my monthly goal, how will I reach this number every single month, month after month, how many people do I have on my list, how much money do I need to make, how many more people do I need on my list to reach that goal? That is the first thing you need to know by breaking it down just like this. So you want to list build like a mofo here, okay? Because you need to know how many people at that 1% do you need to reach this goal right here? If you don't know this, you're just not going to have things set up properly. You're not going to reach your goals. And then you test, you tweak, okay? You course correct, okay? And then you relaunch again, okay? You relaunch, you repeat. This is a repeat process. So this is how I work 20 hours a week and can make 40 plus K a month, is by doing this. Every single piece of this. And in the FFE program, this is what we're focusing on in the first week. We're mapping out every single bit of this. Is what you'll know. You'll have all this planned out, mapped out 100% the first week. Week number 1, this is what we tackle. Right? All right, questions? And I'll give you an example of the 1% here in a minute, too. Okay, anyone have any questions? Hi, Erica. You have to go back. So if anyone is just joining now, please go back and watch the replay after, because you don't want to miss these steps, okay? You do not want to miss any of this. All right, if you have questions, post them. I'm getting ready to erase this, so replay viewers, or anyone joining now, watch the replay. So let me just give you a quick example of what the 1% might look like for you. I want to make sure you guys understand that, because it is literally the step that allows me to create whatever money goal I have every single month. And my phone is going to die soon, so I want to make sure I show you this. Okay. Just go with black. Okay. So let's say your goal, I'm just going to use random numbers here because I suck at math, is 22 a month, 2K a month, okay? Let's say your goal is 2K a month. You have 500 people on your list. Let's say your program is $500 per month, okay? That's your program, your offer, whatever that may be. So let's say in order to reach that goal, right, you need 4 clients per month. Okay? So based on the 1% that I just talked about, at the beginning, you have to go back and watch this if you're just joining. Based on 1% of your list, okay, so based on 1% of your list, you need You need 400 to 500 people. Now, technically you need 4, but here's the thing. You might want to just play it safe and go to 500 people because depending on how your visibility is and how much people know, like, and trust you, and the price of your program, all these things play a part in that 1%. The 1% is going to buy, okay, after you've reached out a minimum of five times, they're going to buy. But if your offer is a little more expensive, if it's a bigger investment, you might need to get up a little bit higher than the 1%, to get that result. So you might want to play it safe and go to 500 people. I always extend it. So if I need 200 more people on my list, I'll say 300. Just to be safe and push myself that little bit, because then I'm guaranteed the 1%. I'm guaranteed if I have more than enough people on my list. So remember, your list is going to buy. 1% of your list is going to buy from you after a minimum of 5 emails. And you also have to consider the price of your program and how well they know, like, and trust you. Now, I get around 1.5% to 2%, but my people know me. Like, there's no doubt, like, in the beginning, to get the 1%, I only needed 400, but I really shot for 500. So let me just say this. If you have 500 people on your list and you're looking to make 2K a month, you can do that right now if you are engaging with them. No less than 5 emails, right? You got a good freebie offer, you get them in it, you put them through a good funnel, nurture the hell out of them with pure value, free shit. You will get 500 people, and or you will get your 4 clients in your 2K program, 500 a month program. Okay? And you'll reach your 2K. That's just to give you like a little example. Any questions on that? We go into this on the Freedom. We'll go into this on the Freedom Focus Entrepreneur. We're going to dive into this real deep and map this out. Any questions? Going once, going twice, no questions. You guys got this. You got the whole funnel. Anyone joining now, go back and watch the replay. You don't want to miss the steps ahead of all of this. I literally mapped out the 30 days. So Freedom Focus Entrepreneur Group Program, it's a marketing program. It's digestible, broken down into 12 weekly steps, starting with this here. We plan out everything, your vision, your goals. That's week 1. And it's broken down with 3 weeks. We have 3 weeks of implementation included in that 12 weeks. You've got 100% access to me, support. Right now, the early bird is till October 27th. So it's $497, or you can do the monthly payment of $167 a month for 3 months. It's absolutely a disgusting price for the one-on-one support you're going to get from me. And literally, we are breaking this down. You are guaranteed to reach your results and your goals as long as you do the work. I will post the link to sign up. We've got about 15 spots left. October 27th, the early bird pricing goes away, and there's also some cool bonuses right now that are going to be going away soon as well. Those are only available for the first 20 people, and we've got just about 15 people in there now. So I'm going to go ahead and post the link in the bottom, in the comments. Check the program out. Let me know if you have any questions. And again, week 1 is this right here. We are mapping out your 30-day goals, your plans, your visions. We're going to break it all down, make sure your funnels are set up, like all of this stuff is getting done. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. My phone is going to die, so I'm going to go recharge it, but I will be on throughout the day to answer any of your questions. Awesome. Thanks, Eric. Definitely, Eric, go back and watch the replay. I mapped out some cool steps. You don't want to miss that. So make sure when I hang up, you go back and check that out. You'll want to see all the steps that I did at the beginning. I mapped it right out in a funnel format for you. So check that out. Post your questions in the comments. If you have questions about the Freedom Focused Entrepreneur Group program, let me know. Hi, Erica. Yes, this program is like awesome. Check it out. You and I are starting our private coaching, so this program might go really good for you along with the coaching, because you'll get even more support from me. So check it out. Let me know if you guys have questions. The early bird prices are absolutely disgusting right now. My coach almost slapped my hand for pricing it so good, but this program is geared towards a lot of new beginners and a lot of newer entrepreneurs, and I wanted to make it affordable for you. So the price is not an excuse. Yes, Elizabeth, I think I just answered that. It's a beginner program. Honey, you're going to get so much one-on-one handheld support in this program. It's unbelievable. It's unheard of. I'm even going as far as, like, if it's not in the program and you need it, you tell me, you'll get it. If you need me to hop on a phone call with you and help you, I'm going to do it. Like, you got support from me for 3 months. Elizabeth, you are going to learn list building strategies that will grow your list probably faster than you'll ever do by yourself. So there's a whole week on list building. And you got me guiding you through handheld support through the whole thing. If you go to AnnMStrout.com, my website, /Freedom Focused Entrepreneur, it's all one word, all lowercase. I'll post it in the comments. Early bird pricing is happening right now. We're about halfway full in the program, so there's about 15 spots left as of right now. I haven't checked with my assistant today, but as of last night, we had 15 spots left. Check the program out, and definitely let me know if you have questions. This is a program for newer entrepreneurs, but if you're 5K a month, somewhere around there, even if you're kind of a seasoned entrepreneur, you are going to get some advanced strategies. You're going to get a ton of value, and you're also going to get the support from me. So if you need accountability, if you need guidance, support, help implementing strategies, delegate and stuff like that, you're getting it all in this program. And real quick before my phone dies, we also have, I have some expert trainings also in this program from Stephanie Nikolic, Lauren Zink, Amanda Goldman-Petrie, Molly Sapp. So you're going to get some massive trainings from those ladies in this program as well. So they've provided me with some training for you guys in their areas of funnels and mindset, copywriting, marketing, like you name it. I mean, this is the only program you need this year. And when we relaunch this next year, it's going to be several $1,000s to get in this program. So right now it's $497 for the whole 3 months, or $167 a month for 3 months. Insane, guys. We're going to spend 12 weeks together. All right, so I'm going to post a link in the comments. Let me know if you have questions. If you're just joining, go back and watch. I did a whole funnel on how to plan out your 30-day goals that if you do the work, you're guaranteed to reach your results as long as you do the work. This is the same planning that I use to make $2K a month and make my first $45K a month a few months ago, and it took no more effort. Okay? So I hope this is valuable, and if you're in my group, Marketing That Creates Freedom, search that on Facebook. You got to get in that group because I do shit like this all the time in that group. You guys get massive marketing value in that group, so get over there. I'm going to put the Freedom Focused Entrepreneur Marketing Group Program URL in the comments. I'll put my URL to my new marketing Facebook group as well. And if you have questions, let me know. Spots are filling fast. Early bird pricing ends on the 27th. All right. Love to all of you. Get out there and make shit happen. I'll see you over my group.